Easy answers. So this week we're going to start with a question that came in late for last week's from Musty Hobbit, at Musty Hobbit. And that is, how do you guys prefer your labels, boxes, etc. for items in the collection? That's easy, Musty. For me, I prefer to not have boxes unless they are any Nintendo or NES or SNES boxes. I would rather not have them. They are not worth the price of admission. When a cardboard box can increase the price of a game by $100, I'm not interested. No, thank you. I do require that the label be at least a 4 out of 5 condition-wise.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take any rips or tears, but I will take some fraying around the edges or maybe a little bit of fading. For Genesis, I like to have that clamshell. I don't know who the fuck was growing up throwing those away. If you are one of those people, stop listening, stop downloading, because what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't do that. I'm so sorry. I didn't take my pill today.
Oh my!
No, seriously though, it's like you walk into a used game store and you see a stack of loose DS games. Who the fuck's throwing away DS cases?
I don't know.
Like, come on, man.
But yeah, I'm kind of like you. If I can get it for the same price, a box version, I'll take it, sure. But I will never spend more for the box. In terms of how I organize them and stuff, like, do you do alphabetical or?
I try to do alphabetical by system.
Okay, yeah, I don't really have an order the more I think about it.
My NES isn't organized at all.
Right, but I keep my systems together, I guess. My NES is all together, you know, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the other part of the question? Labels and what?
Labels, boxes, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not picky when it comes to complete box. I don't, as long as I can play it. Except for disc-based games.
Yeah.
I don't want just a generic jewel case.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, same here. If it's a disc-based game, I want the case.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Well,
why does it matter?
Because there's no physical cart, so really that case is the physical part of it.
What about the disc? This is physical.
It's just a CD.
Yeah.
Or a DVD or a Blu-ray or...
But how about you guys?
What do you like? Next up, a completely unsarcastic question from Vintage Video Game Geek at Vintage VG Geek, and he asks, isn't it about time for Cartridge Bros, that's me, P1, to retire the Under Armour t-shirt? So I assume the t-shirt Vintage is talking about is my white Under Armour t-shirt that I've worn. I think I wore it in our first video, and there's a rip in the left shoulder.
It's a nice shirt.
Vintage is right. That shirt, the rip it is unsightly, and I have considered throwing it away. Colleen has actually asked me on multiple occasions to throw it away. The problem is, that's the shirt that I was wearing on my first trip to Norfolk, Virginia. Sorry, my second trip to Norfolk, Virginia, when I met Mr. Geek, and it's the shirt I was wearing that day. So on that day, up till then, Vintage had reached out to us on Twitter. We'd spoken on the Retro Rejects podcast. He'd been on Cartridge Club. What a lot of people don't know is, after the first 2 months of our YouTube channel, P2 was getting a little discouraged at the fact that we were at, like, I think we had 16 subscribers,
I don't know
9 of which were family members, and our videos were averaging less than 10 views a video. And they weren't fantastic videos, but so he was getting discouraged, and he was looking at shutting it down. P2 is a really introverted guy, so he was like, okay, this was maybe a bad idea. I should go back to just watching. And it was Vintage who reached out to us, and I don't know how he found us, subscribed, and started commenting on all of our videos, giving us tips and reaching out to us, and really lending us a hand. And he encouraged Mark and myself to continue to go on. And since that point, Mark has blossomed into the less introverted person that is around now. Vintage, if it wasn't for Vintage, there would be no Cartridge Club. If it wasn't for Vintage, the Cartridge Bros channel wouldn't exist.
Isn't that crazy?
So on the day that I met him, I was wearing that white Under Armour shirt.
I forgot how we got on it.
And it meant a lot to me that day to actually see him and bring him for a tour of the ship and sort of just grow our friendship even closer. And that's why, even though there's a hole in the shirt, I still have it today, and I still wear it because it reminds me of that day when him and I met and had such a great time together. But you're right, Vintage. The hole, I guess, is a pain, so maybe I'll throw that out.
Hasn't cleaned it since. Still smells like Vinny.
Yeah. Thanks for your question. Next up.
You're wearing that shirt next time.
I am. Well, I was going to wear it tonight, but now I got to throw it out. Vintage said so. Next up, we got a question from Rob at Bonus Barrel, which is... Oh, Rob at Bonus Barrel, and it's at Bonus Barrel.
Rob at Bonus Barrel? What are you talking about?
Rob.
I know that's Rob, but I don't know what you're saying.
But I'm saying Rob at Bonus Barrel, and then I was going to say his Twitter handle.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I would have sounded like I was repeating myself.
Gotcha.
Instead, we had this little back and forth.
I like it. Thanks, Rob.
So if anybody needs to know where to get him. So he wants to know what the first thing in a gaming magazine you remember reading and which one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is a tough... Oh, it's the Mario 3 levels. It was the first time I realized that you could fly up in the first world. I was really young. And there was clouds and stuff with coins in it up there. That was the first thing I remember reading.
Cool.
Yeah. Wow, that was a long time ago.
I don't remember reading any gaming magazines as a child. I read the second issue of Retro Magazine before I realized that their editor was a scumbag.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that counts. What part do you remember reading?
I guess that's it.
What do you remember
It
reading?
was their RPG issue, and they talked about Final Fantasy in there and a bunch of RPGs.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember reading Pat's.
Yeah.
That had one in there.
So that's mine.
Yeah. How about you, Rob? Are you going to go to archive.org? I bet you are.
I mean, he's probably there now.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a question from Duke at Retro Nonsense, at Duke0619. And he wants to know what the worst game you ever liked is. And his answer is Gumshoe on the NES.
This is tough. I forgot to think about this.
I might, I don't know. If I liked it, I don't think it was bad. I didn't hate...
yeah, but the general consensus is it's bad, but you liked it.
So I didn't hate Mass Effect 3. I really enjoyed Mass Effect 3. And that got slammed by just about everyone in the gaming industry.
That's a good answer.
I didn't hate it. I didn't detest the ending that a lot of people really hated. And I actually liked the additional multiplayer parts that they shoehorned in. So I'm going to say Mass Effect 3 or Dragon Age 2, which is another game that a lot of people didn't like, and I enjoyed because I found they increased the fluidity of the combat.
Fair enough, fair enough. Did you like the ending of 3?
I didn't hate it. I wasn't up in arms like everybody else was. 2 was so good for me that they really could have... 3 could have ended with him waking up from a dream as the father on... Malcolm in the Middle, and I'd have been okay with it.
Oh, boy. That would have been a good... Anyway. Lagoon is what I'm going to pick. It's a game on the SNES.
Do I have that?
You might. I don't know if you do or not.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there it is. Nobody likes Lagoon. It's pretty not good, but I love it.
I almost said SimCity again.
Dude, SimCity's awesome!
Thanks for your question, Duke.
Thanks, Duke. How about you?
He said already, Gumshoe on the NES.
Oh, he did.
Can I read these?
I didn't play Gumshoe. Have you ever played Gumshoe?
No, I don't even know what he's talking about.
What is it?
Half the time.
Is it a shooter game? Dude posted as Cartridge Bros.
I know.
He's official now.
He is. So if you could just keep doing that, I'm going to take a break. So next up, we have Julian Vega at JJ198620004. And he wants to know, what do you remember about your old arcade you guys went to? His was called Circus Pizza Arcade.
The only one I remember was down at Downsview Mall. Yeah. Back when we used to be there. And Mom told me not to go in there because it was scary and there was bad kids in there.
Yeah, that's what our mother told us.
And we never got to go in.
I used to go to the arcade at the movie theater.
Does that count? Yeah.
Maybe 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I would play a what's that cop game?
Time Crisis?
Is it Time?
That's what I beat that when we went to see Phantom Menace.
I would play. I don't think it was Time Crisis. Yeah, the blue gun and the pink gun.
Yeah, it's Time Crisis.
Okay. Anyway, that I don't really never spent a lot of time in arcades. I didn't like a lot of other kids then, and I definitely don't like kids now. Thanks for your question, Julian. Next up, we got Hibiki TMD at the Hibiki TMD. And he wants to know, also he's a new Cartridge Club member. Welcome to the club.
Yep.
He wants to know, is Pilotwings 64 a good game?
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it either, but I'm going to say probably not.
I don't really like Pilotwings games, so...
I recently paired my N64 want list to 13 games, and it's not on it. So... But the man to ask is Ryan Gorman at It's Rocket Sauce. He's the N64 guy for the club.
Yeah.
So I would definitely check with him. Ryan, maybe you could sound off in the comments and let him know if Pilotwings 64 is a good game.
Yeah, I've never been like, even the one on the SNES, I played it for like a minute. I
could say no, but it's a game I haven't played and wouldn't give it a fair assessment.
Fair enough.
Next up, we have Mrs. Q-Dog. She has 2 questions. Question 1, what game have you played and didn't finish because it was too hard?
Lemmings.
Really?
Yeah.
You never beat Lemmings?
Nope, and I'm sure you haven't either.
No, I think I have.
I don't think you have.
I'm going to say I beat Lemmings.
Oh, it's on. Let's challenge each other.
Can you prove that I haven't? Do you own it?
No.
Me neither. So if anybody out there owns a copy of Lemmings, go ahead and send that to...
It'd be a fun club game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lemmings.
I like
I love Lemmings. It gets really hard.
Huh. I'm gonna say Dark Souls. Yep, Dark Souls for me.
You never finished it? I thought you did.
No, I beat Demon Souls, which is
Right.
going to be my answer to the next question.
Okay.
I didn't beat Dark Souls. I can't remember what was happening when that came out, but I got it. I don't know how far I got in it, but I was really enjoying it, and then I just stopped playing.
I remember when you stopped.
I think something else came out. I don't know, but it was very difficult.
I think it was what was it? Two Worlds 2.
Yeah, maybe. That was
Distracted
a
you.
gem. Do you want to know what game I returned? Because it was fucking good. And second question. What is the hardest game you did finish? And for me, as I just said, is Demon Souls on the PS3. When Mark first got his it's easier to say your name. When Mark first got his PS3, he bought Demon Souls, and I played it with him. Watched him play the first half an hour, and instantly he was like, "This is the dumbest game ever.
You hated it.
There's no story. There's no structure. How the fuck do you know what you're supposed to do? I have no desire to play this."
It was difficult.
So then he beat it and told me that you could go online and see how many people had beaten it in your area.
Yeah.
And he was like one of 3 in Nova
there
Scotia
weren't
who
many.
had beaten the game.
I don't know. If
So
it was
I was
Nova
like,
Scotia, but it was.
Oh, I gotta beat that. So then I got it, and I played it, and it was hard. It was challenging, but I instantly found that same reward that you got from playing games on the NES and the SNES, and it drove me to finish it.
That is what did it for me too. That and so I guess the answer to this question would have to be an older game. I did end up beating Ninja Gaiden. I guess that would be one of the harder ones.
Yeah.
But it's not as hard, I guess, as number 2. So
You want number 2? I'll get that there.
So maybe I'll re-answer this question next week.
Yeah, and you can have it because it's fucking getting off my shelf. Thanks for the question, Mrs. Q. Also, by the way, of the two of you, you definitely look better in the shirt.
Ew.
But if Eric wasn't wearing pants, then maybe.
Ooh, tough one now.
Next up, we got a question from Jeremy Threeb. And
Big 3 fan.
at Jeremy3EB, and he wants to know, what is your favorite kind of sandwich?
Ooh.
It's a no-brainer for me, peanut butter and jam. Strawberry jam, preferably. If I have to, I'll take raspberry jam.
Would
That is a staple.
a Subway sandwich count?
Sure.
Why wouldn't you pick one of them? You pick peanut butter and jam over Subway?
Dude, I fucking crush peanut butter and jam.
Peanut butter and jam is good.
I would eat peanut butter and jam for lunch every single day. I did it as a kid. I would happily do it as an adult. The fact that you can't take peanut butter sandwiches to school now because kids have peanut allergies is a fucking travesty.
Oh, boy.
There are generations of children missing out on the opportunity to have a delicious Kraft peanut butter and jam sandwich on soft Ben's bread, waiting for them,
Nobody goes to Ben's.
waiting for them in their lunch bag at school because some fucking kid
Oh,
who can't
boy.
have peanuts
That
has to
is-
shut it down for the whole school. You know what? My kid's allergic to bullets, so stop bringing guns to school.
It would kill. Oh my gracious. Do grilled cheeses count? I'm going with grilled cheese.
Thanks for the question, Jeremy. And lastly, we got a question from Bill at SCC Pod. And he wants to know the funniest, scariest crewmate foreign port STD scare. So I'll give everybody a second to stop to get their kids out of the room before I tell this story.
Oh boy, all right. Yeah, because they're not already out from what you've been saying before.
So I can't tell this story, Bill. Come on, man. Come on. There was one guy years ago who woke up one morning with what looked like, I don't know, but I know that he never told his fiance at the time that anything had happened. So,
Awkward.
yeah. He probably throws away DS cases.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that story.
So are there any others? Because I know sometimes they didn't have CC answers.
No, so if they didn't have CC answers in their tag, then they probably didn't get read, and that'll be your lesson to do it next time.